Two semiconductor titans clash as Nvidia and AMD scale the new heights of AI. The AI race means chips aren't enough anymore, so who wins the data center arms war? Jensen Huang sits down with Jim Cramer to discuss cross-company investments mean the playing field keeps shifting, so next-gen platforms will rewrite the rules.
Everybody's chips.
We could try.
Well, all right, but I mean, AMD,
give us a chance.
Well,
you could count on me. You can count on me.
Lisa were here. I think she said the MI 450 is every bit equal to yours, and I would say I want to hear it from Jensen because that's a chip. You're a platform, and you're software. You're loaded with software, and so therefore a piece of hardware may not be equal to it for total cost of ownership.
We do very different. We build some things that are similar in category, but we're very different companies. Nvidia started out as a graphics chip company, and over time we became a computing platform company. And a computing platform company is largely software, and you have a lot of developers and ecosystem that create other software that sits on top of your computer. We became a computer platform company. When artificial intelligence came along, we realized that artificial intelligence are really large computers, and the entire data center is essentially one computer. And so we went off to work on distributed computing, using multiple computers working together into one giant system. So networking matters, switching matters, tons of software is involved. And so today, when you look at the computers we make, they're 1,000 acres large. It's a giant system. Hundreds of megawatts, gigawatts at a time. And that's the reason why a new industry has emerged. This industry requires factories that manufacture numbers, which when reformulated becomes intelligence. And so it's an intelligence manufacturing factory. And that's this new industry produces the most valuable thing the world's ever known, intelligence. And so our company builds these large infrastructures, and it's got lots of technology inside. The GPU, which we invented in 1996, I think it is one of the technologies inside, but there's a whole bunch of technologies, and so we're
different.
Yeah, we're different.
Let me ask you a question about the recent deal that you made with Intel. Now, I know Intel I knew Andy Grove, and a person on the board, who suggested that they make a deal with a company that sounded a lot like you during the period when I know you were speaking to Andy. And Andy was quite disrespectful, but that was his way. He just was his way. It's not the way. It's the way that he had set himself up, frankly.
Intel dedicated 33 years of our lives trying to kill us.
Right. And then a man whom I heard you make a testimony.
That was actually a mission.
But that's absolutely true. I mean, from my point of view, from the board member who said, "Listen, we have to destroy these guys." However,
not dead yet.
A new man, Lip Bhutan, comes in. I heard you give a testimonial to him in the 2022 Noise Awards that was gracious, and it made me think, wow. There could be not only just a détente, but maybe one day they'll be talking to each other. This is an important deal for you, isn't it?
We're lovers, not fighters. And it is true. It's true that if you have an imagination about the future, it is possible to bring other people along. And I always like it. I always like it when we give a keynote, everybo's stock price goes up. When somebody else gives a keynote, our stock price goes down. Yes. And so it says that the way we see the world, the way we see the future is inclusive for other people, and we create opportunities that brings other people along. Our partnership with Intel is because I can imagine a future for the both of us where we could both win and not one of us have to win, the other one to lose. And this partnership brings them into our ecosystem, and so they're going to build a custom microprocessor for us. We're going to also build a custom microprocessor for a new market, and so there are two new products that comes along from this partnership, and also we invested $5 billion in them, which is no small amount. Now I'm an Intel shareholder.
Why not? I mean, you're a big shareholder in.
And ever since I invested, it went up something like 50% or something.
Well, I mean, we don't have an OpenAI valuation, but I think that there were a lot of people who questioned that they were trying to figure out whether there's some sort of circular nonsense. Obviously, clearly from events, not. But what bothered me is that people don't realize how good an investor you are. I actually have a friend who made a pitch in front of you. And they didn't expect to see you. They expected to see minions. But you were there and you drilled them for 3 hours of questions. You make these investments, don't you?
Well, you know, for us, we make good investments. And the reason for that is because, well, first of all, we're smart. But the reason why we invest is because we imagine building something together. And so when we wanted to create a new type of cloud, we invested in a small company called CoreWeave, and then we helped them build themselves into a company, and they went public, and we made a fortune, and that was fantastic. It was great for them. It was great for us. Now we're going to invest in OpenAI, right. Potentially invest in OpenAI. It's a great privilege, and I'm very grateful that they invited us to invest. But the partnership of OpenAI is really, it's incremental to all of the work that we are doing with Azure and OCI and CoreWeave. And so we're going to build up a whole bunch of capacity for computing for them because AI needs a lot of compute. This is a partnership that for the first time, OpenAI is going to buy directly from us. Usually a cloud service provider buys from us and they rent from a cloud service provider. And so now it's going to be a direct partnership. We're going to help them build an AI infrastructure that they operate themselves and really set them up for 5 years out when they're going to operate their own cloud anyhow. And so it's a great partnership.
Do you think we're all waiting for trade talks, or have you gotten less optimistic than you were last time I talked to you, that there'll be something that allows, let's say, commerce with us in China?
Well, first of all, if there are any investors, all of our guidance assumes China zero. And so if anything works out with China, it will be a bonus for us. And now China is a very large market, it's a very important market. But let's take a step back. I think the policymakers want a great outcome for America. And they want America to win. The policymakers, President Trump wants America to win the AI race. This is an important technology period, and AI is going to be foundational and transformative to every single country. And President Trump wants America to win the AI race. And so the question is how to do that, how to ensure that American companies have all the best Nvidia technology and the best chip technology on the one hand. On the other hand, understanding that in order to succeed at AI, we really want the world to build on the American tech stack. Just as we want the world to be built on the American dollar, we would like the world to be built on the American tech stack, including developers in China. And so this is that balance of how do we ensure that American companies get the best technology on the one hand, but also on the other hand, provide the technology to Chinese companies so that China could be built on American technologies. And this finesse, this nuance, is a delicate balance, and this is where policymakers will have to wrestle with some of this. And I hope that we find a good place. A complete ban is not good for American companies long term. It might hurt Chinese companies, a complete ban, but it hurts American companies worse long term. And so I think this observation, this realization, and this nature of AI and the computer industry, I hope is understood, and that we can work this out someday. But until it gets worked out, we should just assume it's zero, and I hope that we can get back to China someday.
I know you said it's zero, but you were optimistic that something good could happen. Do you still feel that way?
Well, I'm always optimistic, Jim.
Fair enough. Yeah. You are always optimistic.
I'm always optimistic.
No, and I buy into that. I'm not going to just say...
I'm always optimistic, and because on first principles, it makes sense for America to win.
Okay.
It's a pro-America policy. It's great for American technology. If America wants to win the global AI race, we want the whole world to be building on American tech stack. Just as we want, the whole world to be building on the internet that was really invented here in the United States. We want the whole world to be building on Windows. We want the whole world to be building on, AWS or Apple, or we want the whole world to be building on that. That's a good thing. It helps American industry, helps American companies, and it allows the world's every country to be built on American technology. That's a good thing.
Coming up, Cramer takes your calls, and the sky's the limit. It's a fast-fire lightning round. Next. Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.